Okay, so I'm on my way to the bus, and I figured I would make like a couple of videos from time to time, depending on like what my schedule is like. And yeah, this is the only thing that I can think of in order to sort of make any kind of progress because I've been posting videos that show the stalking, and no one really seems to be responding to that. And it's frustrating going through the trouble of interacting with these nasty hateful little bastards out here, going through the trouble of interacting with them, which I hate doing, and for it to just be for nothing. I mean, it's like I didn't even do it. It's like I didn't even do it. So I'm thinking to myself, well, what the hell am I doing? uh, what the hell am I doing interacting with these pieces of shit if no one even cares? It might be more helpful for me to sort of try to help, explain the situation at least somewhat. And I made a video earlier today, and I went into like some of key elements to getting past it, which, I mean, it's not everything, and I want to be clear about it, clear about this. Like, what I use, the tactics I use, work just for me, and everybody is different. Like, we're different. We have different mindsets, and we feel differently about different things. So when the stalking first starts, the people already have an idea of the type of person you are, and they know your vulnerabilities and your weaknesses long before they even start. By the time they started, they probably figured they had got you completely figured out, so they know what buttons to push. So I want to be clear about this one thing. Everybody's response may be unique to that person because the stalkers have probably been watching you for your entire life, and they probably have psychologists really just, giving them tidbits of information about you. By the time they start up, they probably have you so figured out that they're just confident that they can, they can harass you and drive you up a tree. So, like, since we're all different and we all have different buttons that they can push, what works for me may or may not work for you. And I don't think that there's one blanket that we can simply throw over this entire situation. I think it's been tailored. I think that some of the tactics are the same for all of us, but since we're all different people, it might be tailored just for, the person who they're going after. So, like, for me, if they know I don't like these certain things, then those are the things they would focus on. Like, they would go after the things that they know about you personally. And it really does seem like, here's what I could tell you people. Like, I live in the South. One of the other people on my channel said he lives in Texas. Okay, the type of place that you live might actually be a hint as to what the hell's going on. If you think about it, like, I live in this nasty southern shithole with a bunch of rednecks. I've been to Texas before. Texas is a bunch of hateful rednecks. So, I mean, honest to goodness, it seems like colored people are probably going through this shit a lot more than the people of the caucus, and that might be a hint as to what the hell this is all about. Good old-fashioned racism. But like I mentioned, there's no way for us to know officially what the hell's going on. And a lot of people will point out the fact that most of the people are colored, which is also kind of a hint when you think about it. So when I first came out here and the stalking first started, every single person who did it was black. Every single person. Like, they would not dare. I don't even remember ever seeing one white person do it. Like, it was almost as if they were trying to establish the fact that it wasn't racism, which kind of makes me think it was racism, because why the hell would they go through that much trouble to make you think that it's not that, if that's what it is? I mean, if it's not that. Like, bottom line is that, okay, racist white people know that at some point they're going to lose their majority, and when that happens, they're going to have a plan to keep power. So if you got a bunch of coloreds who are running around and we outnumber them, colored people outnumber them, then how do they keep their power? Well, you trust me when I tell you, you're going to definitely have a couple of racist white people in positions of power, or trying to think of ways where they can sort of do something about that. So here's their strengths. They don't have numbers, but they have pretty much all the money. So how can you use that? Well, it wouldn't be too fucking hard. You have all the money, You have, but you know, you're losing your majority. But you don't really need your majority if you have all the money. So you go to some projects or whatever, and you find people, since you control all the wealth, I mean, you can just buy people off, really. So I don't know if this is the truth, but it's a theory of mine that basically they're they're using money to turn most of these low life minorities into their flying monkeys, which will keep them under control. Think about it. You go to any project, these people, you get these people killing their own people like it's nothing. These are not exactly the type of people who would really feel any way about selling their people out. I mean, if you think about it, and I don't want to be racist or nothing, but you think about it, you go to the projects, these blacks are just blasting their own people away like it's nothing. I mean, you think the one of these people come to them and say, you don't have to worry about jail and they can just do this? Like, what are they going to do? Have some sort of moral objection to that? I mean, these are not exactly the type of people who would have a moral objection to anything. They probably would kill their own family if it meant they could come up. So generally speaking, that might explain why we deal with thugs a lot. Like the people, like when I deal with the colors, they're always either thugs or some immigrant who just migrated over here. And it's, I don't know. It's just like these people would have no problem controlling with money. Like they go to them and they're like, look, you're just some piece of shit who came off the boat. Here's some money. I mean, we have to, just because they like using colors in their operation doesn't mean that these people are colored friendly. And I want to be clear about that. It doesn't mean they're colored friendly. It might mean that they hate colors and they think they're being real clever and smart by getting them to do their dirty work as if that'll be enough to trick us or something. But the bottom line is that we have to come up with not just ways of dealing with the stalking, but also uncover the nature, the roots of it. But that's the theory. I really don't know. But I'm just saying, I did notice that when I researched gang stalking, at least almost all the victims apparently are colored people. Like colored people are the victims of gang stalking. White people, I don't see too many white people who are gang stalking victims, who are real. I always thought that the ones who say they are probably handlers and who pretend to be that so they can undermine you. I don't know. There may not actually be white people who are being gang stalked. It may not actually be a thing. You damn sure know colored people are being gang stalked though. So the gang stalkers could be neo-Nazis or white supremacists who, use their money and their power to basically hire thugs to do whatever the hell they want them to do. Because if you think about it, if a thug could kill his own brother like in cold blood, I doubt that he'd have any kind of moral objection to selling his people out. Just saying. You think some gang member is going to say what? His gang member is going to say, not my brother? I think that he's going to be like, what's the money look like and when do I start? Shit. These people, I hate to say this, but a lot of times colored people be in there killing their own people for nothing. A couple dollars, and they have to do prison time. I'd imagine a white supremacist would have no problem controlling somebody like that. The idea is if they can't control you, then they destroy you. But this is just a theory. If they can't control you, they destroy you. And which is where we come in. Maybe they did a psych test on us. We're not the type of people they can easily manipulate with money. Well, if they're in a situation like that, I would imagine they'd have a plan B, which means to turn their resources and all the thugs and their flying monkeys against us to destroy us mentally. So that we would no longer be a threat. But this, like I said, this is a theory. I do think that colored people are usually targets, and it usually happens in areas where maybe the people are kind of, racist in nature. And I'm just saying, we have to come up with possibilities. Like the colored people they use are either gang members or coon sellout types, and those are the type of people who they could easily use. Like I would see them and they would either be some old southern looking black man who, I don't know, like he just seems like he just would do whatever a white man wanted or something, one of those type, or it would be some gang member. And let's be honest, would a gang member really give a fuck about selling his own people? I mean, really, let's think about it. You really think some thug is gonna give a two rat's ass? These people, this guy will be in the project blowing his own people the fuck away like it's just nothing. The way he's looking at it probably at this point is says, shit, He doesn't even have to kill anybody or do any jail time, and he still gets paid. I would seem like a pretty goddamn good deal. But like I mentioned, this is just a theory, and I don't really know. Any theory is valid. But I gotta tell you, this place is redneck fucking central, man. Like the rednecks out here. Everybody's a goddamn redneck or a sellout, really. But as I said, there's no way of really knowing because, you know, it's all hush hush. And it's just like how, you know, the police out there killing people. But, you know, the cops think they kill people. And, you know, the United States kind of just really doesn't really want to deal with that situation. It could be the same situation here. You know, the United States, you know, people get killed every day. And, you know, these type of people, life is just perfect for them. People get killed every day, though. But, you know, who haven't swore allegiance to white nationalism or something, you know, you get killed for that in the United States. Or either that or you get your life taken away from you. But these are bad people. These are some bad hombres out here. Some very bad hombres. There's some bad hombres out here. Some real bad characters. Some real bad characters out here. Well, I don't think we can rule anything out at this point. Some bad actors out here. Bad actors. Anyhow, let me go ahead and stop this recording. And yeah, if you have any theories or you think I might be on to something, feel free to, you know, let me know in the comment section.